interesting about the all-white community that these people want to build in Arkansas? Guess what? The locals don't even want them there. These people that are going there are from different parts of the country, different parts of the United States. Pause to read. So the locals in Arkansas are trying to kick your ass out. The white people in Arkansas don't even want you there. You're not wanted. The locals are trying to get rid of you. So I think it's better if you all want to make your all-white community, you go off to an island somewhere. You're like that plague that everybody's trying to isolate. So yeah, just go to an island, find an island, purchase an island. You probably don't have any money because you have nothing anyways. So yeah, try to go somewhere else, like an island or something. You'll be really great on an island. Perfect. Just go to an island. The people from the North Sentinel Island really want you to visit them. Really go visit them. They would love that. Go ahead and try to colonize them. See how that goes.
The white folks got their own neighborhood. Nobody's allowed over there. What y'all think about this? You know what it sounds like to me? Boring.
It's quite clear. No one cares about the whites' only land. The blacks don't care. The whites don't care either, as you can see. Don't forget to share your thoughts on this topic down in the comments below.
So just like a response to the Arkansas whites only town, I just want to say kudos to you guys. I'm really impressed with the way that you guys are doing something that's not new. In fact, all over America, there's always been a whites only town. It's just they're not talking about it on media, and they're not bold enough to put themselves and their kids on media and admitting it. In fact, I don't think many of them are well aware of the actions and the everyday things that they do that make it so difficult for outsiders to join their community. So kudos to you guys for being that bold. Second, in any sort of self-organizing organization, there will always be a hierarchy. It is evident that white Americans do not have a sense of community or a sense of tradition or heritage that has been passed on in a way that makes them feel whole and strong and whatever it is, because MAGA is what's taken over and it's helping them feel good. And I'm only saying this because I am a son of immigrants. Like, my grandfather was a Vietnamese dude. He helped the Americans. My other grandfather was a white guy who was in the Vietnam War and did not take responsibility for his Vietnamese family. And so as a product of war, I'm here now, and I've learned how quickly tradition and culture from my background is going to die out, like within 3 generations. And that is sad, because then you have all these features and you're like, where did I come from? Well, like, why do I have all this black hair and these types of features? Why do I look so different from my other Vietnamese counterparts? I get it. So like, from a white American perspective, you guys came from the good old Europe, and I guess some of you guys are now from like South Africa. But the European Americans that are having these white things going on, like, I hope you guys know that you all were like against each other back in the day. Like the Italians and Germans, you guys are white, but you know, back in the day, y'all weren't friendly. It is mind-blowing to me that this is happening and that it's happening in America. It's not mind-blowing that it's happening in America. It's mind-blowing to me that I am existing in America as it is happening. So that's wild. Again, kudos to you guys. I really hope that you guys understand the lay of the land. I hope that you guys take note of like the genetic components that happen, like the genetics that exist within you guys, and then recognize like are these genes going to be like great for living in Arkansas, living in an environment where the temperature is going to be hotter, where the sun is going to be a little bit more intense. Yeah, just, you know, there's a reason why some species survive and some don't. And that's the reality of it. And we have healthcare because for the genes that aren't great at surviving, like, that's why healthcare exists. Anyways, I'm rambling, but big kudos to you guys. You guys aren't reinventing the wheel. There's a whole bunch of whites-only towns there. I hope that you guys aren't violent. I hope that you guys like are trying to create a sense of community and some culture of white Americanness and understand history a little bit more, probably a whitewashed history, and have all the good aspects of it be passed on and sort of minimize the negative aspects of it. That's it.
To the white people that are like, oh my God, this is crazy, to that whites only town in Arkansas or Missouri, whatever backwoods fucking town or state it's happening in, you do realize right now in 2025, that's what the Trump administration, MAGA, a whole fuckload of white people are operating on. They want this a whites only country. You're just surprised because these motherfuckers in that town are just saying it out loud in a way you can't turn your face away from. But Trump and his administration in America as a whole for centuries has been saying the same shit. I'll continue to say this. We are in the middle of a reckoning for white people. All of us. And I fucking hate Trump. If you followed me over the years, you know I fucking despise that man. Been talking about it for years. Been talking about white supremacy nonstop for almost 5 years. But I cannot separate myself from that as a white man in this country. But there's no surprises here. None. When you have a government that is sending out ICE to kidnap immigrant men, women, and children, put them in American concentration camps, when you have a police force that frequently murders black men, women, and children, when you have a government that continues to fucking destroy indigenous communities, when you have a government that pays for the genocide of the Palestinian people, when you have a government that has a white supremacist hand in Congo and Sudan and Haiti and all these other places across the world that causes death and destruction, when you have a government that is making their sole focus to destroy anything that involves diversity, equity, and inclusion, deleting black, indigenous people of color from historical archives, talking about how black history is divisive. Like the list goes on. When you have a government that runs off this idea that there's a white genocide, or that the white population is at risk of being destroyed. Like this, they are trying so hard to make this a whites only America. But the thing is, white people won't believe that unless another white person is like, hey, we're making a whites only community. Then it's like, oh my God, this is bad. No, black, indigenous people of color have been telling America this for literally hundreds of years. There are black creators, indigenous creators from other communities outside of whiteness every fucking day that are on this app telling the truth. But you won't believe that it's racism or white supremacy unless a white person purposefully tells you, hey, we're going to be super fucking racist and build a white supremacist town. Then you're like, oh, that's okay. It is real. Listen to black, indigenous people of color. They tell you the truth. They know us better than we know ourselves.
The white folks got their own neighborhood. Nobody's allowed over there. What y'all think about this? You know what it sounds like to me? Boring. A bunch of corny-ass white folks sitting in 100 acres of land or whatever in Arkansas, dude. Sounds fucking boring, bro. Sounds very uneventful. Y'all are all mad. Why? Who cares? I could care less. You ever heard of Koreatown or Chinatown or shit like that all over America? People been doing that shit for centuries. Little Haiti, little Havana. That shit's been going on forever. Little Havana sounds a lot more fun and interesting, and the food sounds better at least. Stop tripping on some dumb shit, y'all. Never heard of Little Italy? The Diamond District in downtown in New York is basically Jew heaven. You never heard of any of these neighborhoods that are all one type of people? There's a bunch of places all over the country like that, dude. What are you tripping on? White people want to have a white people town. Gives a fuck. Shit sounds boring as fuck. Focus on your own life, bitch. You're a punk if you're worried about stupid shit like that 3,000 miles away from you. Oh, dumbass. Now, if they were trying to buy your land next to you, that's one thing. You ain't even got no land, so shut the fuck up. What the problem is that y'all didn't think about it first. Or the problem is you just pray for other people's demise and you're a miserable person. That's probably more like it. You just don't want nobody else to have fun. You don't want nobody else to have what they want because you can't figure out how to get what you want because you're stupid and lazy. You're stupid, you're lazy, you're a victim, and everything else everyone else is doing has got you distracted from doing what you need to do for you. That's why you hate on shit like that. Self-induced prison, bro. You're in prison. In your own stupid prison. You worried about shit 2,000 miles away from you. Don't impact you at all. You ain't got to buy their corn, motherfucker. Live your life. It's only one of them. Live your goddamn life and stop worrying about all this stupid shit. It's a waste of energy, man. You ain't moving nowhere with that type of shit you thinking about all the time. You ain't moving nowhere with that. You're welcome, bitch.